Well, the search continues this morning for Nancy Guthrie. It's been almost a week since she was last seen. Investigators believe the mom of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie is still alive. The deadline from that ransom note, which directed the family to pay up by 5 p.m. yesterday, came and actually went. Investigators are now trying to verify if the note is real. The Guthrie family is releasing another plea for their mom.
This is Camron Guthrie. I'm speaking for the Guthrie family. Whoever is out there holding our mother, we want to hear from you. We haven't heard anything directly. We need you to reach out, and we need a way to communicate with you so we can move forward. But first, we have to know that you have our mom. We want to talk to you, and we are waiting for contact.
And authorities did make one arrest in this case. It was a person in California accused of trying to capitalize on the family and wrote their own fake ransom note to the Guthrie family in order to get paid. This morning, we're getting even more detailed timeline of the night that Nancy went missing, starting with this timeline back here, January 31st, 9:50 p.m. Nancy's dropped off at her home and her garage door closes. Then you have February 1st at around 1:47 a.m. Her doorbell camera is apparently disconnected. Then later at like 2:12 a.m., the surveillance software detects a person on camera. However, no video is available of that person. And then you have at 2:28, right down there, Nancy's pacemaker app disconnects from her phone. Then at 12:03 p.m., her family realizes she's gone and calls authorities. We're tracking all the latest details right here at the live desk.
Breaking news out of Arizona as we end the 5th day of the frantic search for Today Show host Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy. Law enforcement giving an update on this case as the family posted a new video plea online just hours ago. Let's get straight to Ryan Smith at the live desk with those details. Ryan.
Breaking tonight, the Guthrie family releasing a new second video tonight. This right here is a direct message from Savannah Guthrie's brother. Here he speaks directly to whoever has his mother tonight, pleading for her safe return. Take a listen.
Whoever is out there holding our mother, we want to hear from you. We haven't heard anything directly. We need you to reach out, and we need a way to communicate with you so we can move forward. But first, we have to know that you have our mom. We want to talk to you, and we are waiting for contact.
The video was posted around 5 p.m. Mountain Time, which was reportedly the first deadline in an alleged ransom note sent to TMZ and a local Tucson, Arizona TV station. Now tonight, still no suspects in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. The FBI noting here today that they have yet to receive any proof that the 84-year-old is still alive.
So the ransom note that was distributed to the media did make a demand for 5 p.m. today. And if a transfer wasn't made, then I think a second demand was for next Monday. We're not going to go beyond that.
DNA testing showing that blood found on Guthrie's front porch was in fact a match to her. The search now spanning the entire state of Arizona tonight. U.S. Border Patrol saying its agents are now on the ground assisting in this case. Investigators saying once again today they do believe Nancy is out there. They believe she is still alive. The FBI just announcing a $50,000 reward for any information that could lead to her return. The tip line we have listed at the bottom of your screen.
Joining us now is former U.S. Attorney John Fishwick to dig deeper into this case with so many holes, John. It took almost a week for the FBI to get more aggressive. How can the feds getting involved actually make a difference in the search for Nancy Guthrie?
Dee, I think the FBI brings a tremendous amount to the table. They're the preeminent law enforcement agency in our country, and frankly all across the world they're the preeminent. They can have their profilers look at the type of person or persons who would have committed this horrendous crime. They bring in lots of agents who can interview people all over the country. They have databases they can examine for related crimes. They bring a lot to the table. I think the biggest challenge for the FBI and everybody is that there's no real video evidence from that house from that night that at least has been released yet, and that makes this a real challenge. But the FBI brings a huge amount to the table.
What are you reading into the fact that there is no proof of life yet? According to the statements from authorities, I know that you were listening in on that news conference today.
Yeah, so Dee, like all of America, we all hold out hope that there's something good that's going to happen here, that she's going to be found and that the bad folks are going to be apprehended soon. But she's 84 years old. She needs her medicine on a regular daily basis. She has a pacemaker. There's blood. Her blood is on the house when the front of the house. So it's obviously very concerning that there hasn't been proof of life so far. It's been 5 days, so I think that is a real concern for law enforcement in this case.
Well, you touched on it. Time is of the essence. Every detail, every moment counts. And I know law enforcement wants to get their ducks in a row should they have to make an arrest. But when time is critical, as it is right now, how do those conflicting factors work together?
Well, I think if the FBI has got a real suspect or they know where Nancy Guthrie is, they will in a nanosecond go get her and get the bad guys. They will move and move with light speed. I think the real concern right now is that so far it appears that they're really at a dead end. This is a very challenging case, remote part of the country, no video evidence. It's a tough case to crack, but I'm sure the FBI is on it. And if they get someone or they find out where she is, they will move in a nanosecond. And
a puzzling case, as we've been reporting here, and we will continue as soon as law enforcement provide an update. This week also, John, the man accused of shooting and killing Charlie Kirk appeared in court. And again, there are calls to remove the prosecutor. This is the second time, I believe, that the defense has actually pushed for this. Is that the strategy, do you think? Is it just maybe just to delay the case? What could this mean for the death penalty push? What are your expectations on all of that?
So, Didi, I think you're absolutely right. I think his legal team wants to do everything they can to delay this case because, after all, they say our client is facing the death penalty, so let's delay this trial as long as we can. So they're going to throw everything they can up against the board to see if anything sticks. The judge is not going to remove the whole prosecution team. Maybe one of the prosecutors will be removed, but the team is not going to be removed. But what this means is the judge and really the prosecutors, they want to be very careful and make sure that everything is done by the book because they know if Tyler Robinson gets the death penalty, there'll be years of appeals. The death penalty will not be off the table. These are just delays that his legal team is going to push on. Death penalty will remain on the table, but the judge, the prosecution, needs to make sure that everything is by the book so that from their standpoint, it's a fair trial and the results stand.
Former U.S. Attorney John Fishwick, thank you for joining us tonight on the National News Desk to break all of this down.
Thank you.